Well, hey guys, Chandler. I just thought I'd make a video to explain to you guys what happened with me and why I'm back home and I'm not in Korea like I was hoping to be like a couple months ago. So, for most of you guys that have been following the Facebook, my mom, my brother, mostly my mom has been updating you guys on. And I wanted to save this video till when I got home so I could sit down or stand up and be able to tell you guys exactly what is going on and what happened and not have really a time limit. So basically, as most of you guys know, I left for OSIT, which is BCT and AIT together, April 27th. I enlisted as a 12 Bravo and I wanted to go live my dream of being in the military. And I get a chance to live a small part of that. And got to reception April 28th ish. I don't honestly remember because it was pretty late when I got in. So I arrived at Fort Linwood, got there April 28th, as I said, kind of. And basically, I went through the process, was up for I don't know how long, to be honest. It was a while. So basically, after going through reception and all that fun stuff, I finally went to my company. I don't know exactly. I would say after May 4th ish. I'd say is when I got to my company. I got assigned to Charlie Company 31st Engineers. Really great company. That was actually a tough company. I loved everything that they did. My cycle was just terrible. Which I have stories about, but I'm not going to spend all my time here. I'm just here to tell you guys what happened. So when I first got there, got to the company, and we got sorted into our platoons, I was assigned to 3rd Platoon, and we had to run up to the 3rd floor, or technically the 2nd floor. And so I was running up to this. This is just the first incident of me kind of injuring myself or kind of noticing it. I was running up to the floor. Guess I misplaced or something gave out, and I landed directly on my knee with my duffel bag. With I think both my duffel bags. I had one on my back and one on my chest, and I fell, landed on my right knee. I was like, oh, that kind of hurt. So I shifted my duffel bag, got back up, and the same leg gave out again, and I landed on my knee again. I was not happy. The drill sergeant was right there, and I was just like, this is not how I want to start my career or how to make, like when I first introduced myself to my drill sergeants. Well, so I get inside and we go through the rest of the day is fine. No pain, no slight pain at all. And we go through all that fun stuff. Go into red phase and do a lot of the stuff that we need to do there. And I guess one of the obstacle courses, they posted a picture of it on Facebook. My mom and them did. It should be on my Facebook. It's one where a guy's crawling across a board and I'm standing off in the distance. That's the obstacle I fell off of. I remember because I was sitting there scooting on it, and I was dragging the ammo can behind me because I was one of the last people to go through, and I was sitting there I believe I was dragging the ammo can. I'm trying to remember exactly. I remember dragging an ammo can or having an ammo can with me, and I'm sitting there dragging it, and I guess the board shifted and I fell. As I was falling, I landed on my right side on my hip. I think my hip was the first thing to hit the ground, and then the rest of me fell. Boards landed on top of me. I was lucky the ammo can almost landed on top of me. Got through there. That's kind of when my problem started. I started realizing I couldn't really run. Like I was running because we had to run everywhere. So I ran as much as I could, and then one day I had pain getting on my bunk. A couple nights I had to climb on top of my bunk. And I was on a top bunk and putting pressure on both my knees. Usually don't have a problem with that. Well, I had a problem putting pressure on both my knees to get on my bunk. And it was like, oh. I was sitting there talking to a couple of the other guys. I was like, oh, I don't really want to go to sick call. I really don't want to go to the athletic trainer. Like, I just want to get pushed through this. And it was about that time that I realized that there was a rumor going around in our company that they had our duty stations. Me being active duty, I was like, oh, great, I could figure out where I'm going and get to my duty set and get like a couple weeks later or about a couple days later, the drill sergeants finally say, well, we're going to give you guys your duty stations because you guys keep asking about it and we want to get it over and done with. So we go to our duty. So we go into our classroom, and I get my duty station. It's South Korea. One of the first options I signed that I wanted to go to was South Korea, and yeah, and I found out 2 guys and a female were going to South Korea from my platoon. So I was like, great, can't wait to go with them. Well, a couple days later, we're sitting there running, and I can't run. Like my leg is just, I'm like limping slightly everywhere, and I can barely put some pressure on my leg, and it's just like, I'm just trying to blend in so I don't get taken off to the side. Well, that kind of changed when we went to first aid. First aid kind of, we had to, I wasn't even, well, I don't think, was I on profile? No. I don't think I was on profile yet. Because I'm trying to remember, because I remember these stages, I don't remember exactly where they were. Well, we get through the stages, and we're messing up on stuff, so we have to do exercises, and I'm jumping, and my leg just keeps giving out. It's just like, then one of the drill sergeants say, you're done, go, just walk back to where they're going to go. And I still just sit there and we're getting smoked, and we're just sitting there doing the best that we can. I'm just sitting there doing the best I can. And then the next day, we phased over the white a couple of days later. Yeah, I want to say we phased over to white. And basically, as soon as we phased over, I went to the athletic trainer and got put on profile. And it was basically a downhill slope from there. I thought I was getting better. Went to FTU, went there for a couple months, and was there for a while. And the program's great. It just wasn't helping with my lower body for some reason. I would do the stuff, and then it just wouldn't work. Like, I would be in more pain, or I was at a constant, like, the scale was 1 to 10. I was always at a constant maybe 3 or 4. But the problem was I was getting used to being at a 3 or 4. And basically, yeah, they just, when it got to about the 6-month mark or so, couple month mark, I'm trying to think I'm thinking 4, but we get to a certain point, they're like, well, rehab's not helping you, and this and that, so we're going to start looking at a chapter process. And I really didn't want to take the chapter process, but at that time, I believe around August 13th, because I remember, because that's the date my company graduated. That kind of was terrible, and I kind of just felt like I was letting people down. I was being left behind, and yeah, it kind of was a dark, like, after August 13th, it was kind of a bad, like, time for me, to be honest. And yeah, I had to keep motivating myself, and then the motivation kind of just ran out. There was no motivation left. I was just depressed, honestly, all the time. And then I finally, when they were like, okay, well, we're going to send you back to your company. So I got sent back to my company, and that's where they started my actual chapter process. And was at my company for about maybe 3 weeks. And then they sent me to RHU, and I was at RHU for, say, about 4 weeks-ish. And then I came home. And I've been home for a week, and I would say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a week and 4 days. And I'm glad I'm back home. And people keep asking me, "Oh, are you gonna re-enlist, or are you gonna re-look at the military?" To be honest, right now, I don't know. And people were even when I was still gone, a bunch of the guys were like, "Oh, you thinking of coming back?" Well, I gotta wait 6 months. And I even told them, that is a decision I'll have to make when I'm at home and I'm relaxed. And, like, I have time to be home and be able to figure out what I want to do. So, right now, that decision's up in the air. I don't know. So, but, yeah. I decided to make a video, explain it to you guys all. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them down below, and I'll try to answer them the best as I can. If not, pretty sure somebody else has answers out there, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. And I just want to say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you all, or Happy Holidays, whatever you say. I hope you guys have a great one. I hope you guys have a great one with your families. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys.